Jim Cornette was actually pushing heavily to have me be an opening match guy.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interview.
It was just amazing being part of the WWF, and the talent in that locker room was so and I always say this, when you get involved in pro wrestling, way back then, now not so much, but way back then, it wasn't fashionable to admit you're a huge fan or to admit or profess your love of what we do. And I'm like, oh my God, these are guys that I love watching. This is great. It was super intimidating. I was starstruck by everyone around me. And then having the experience to go out there on Raw and to compete in their first ever light heavyweight tournament was just amazing. It was an amazing, amazing experience. Never forget it to this day. And that set the stage for what would come next in WCW. It was definitely, and at that time, like a cool story that not many people know about was I was doing light heavyweight stuff. At that time, WWF did not have a trainer or a therapist or anybody on the road with the guys, and Jim Cornette was actually pushing heavily to have me be an opening match guy and also be the on the road physical therapist, and it just kind of fell apart, never materialized for whatever reason. But that made it even more exciting that was kind of looming in the background as well.
That's a very cool story. Yeah, no, I didn't know that. So do you think you'd ever want to try to pursue something like that in wrestling? Maybe when you hang up the boots, I know you have your own practice, but specifically geared towards wrestling.
A lot of people ask that, and I love pro wrestling. I love going on. I love doing the big shows. I love going out there working my ass off, and I hate traveling. I hate getting up at 4 a.m. I hate getting up at, I hate going to the airport, getting a rented car. I hate being away from my family. But if I'm going to go out there and wrestle, it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. And I'll do all that to be able to enjoy myself and to show what I can still do. When I can't do that anymore, I don't want to get up for an airplane at 4 a.m. I don't want to get up at, I don't want to hop into Uber. I don't want to do that on a regular basis. There's no, if I were to be an on the road physical therapist, or I've had people ask me, would you ever want to be an agent or a coach? So that would, honestly be the equivalent of an office job.
Mm-hmm.
I have an office job. I have my practice 3 minutes from my house. You know what I mean? So that really doesn't interest me. If I'm on a show as a wrestler and a younger guy asks my advice on something about wrestling or an injury, I'll never tell somebody no. I'll always offer. But when the time comes when I can't physically perform at the level that I want to perform at, and I'm not going on the road to wrestle, that's gonna be it. I really have no interest at all in a pro wrestling office job. I love physical therapy. I have a great office job 3 minutes from my house where I'm the boss, and I can make my hours and stuff like that. So it's just not really something that I'm interested in, unfortunately. Some people don't understand. It's, like I love wrestling. I hate the wrestling grind that goes with it, the early fights and all that type of stuff. And when the wrestling isn't there for the payoff, for me to go and enjoy myself, make some money and have a great time, then I'm done.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interview.